Alex Jones Show, because there is a war on for your mind.
Boy, that Navy specialist was a great caller, wasn't he? Let's go to Andrew. Let's go to Andrew in Pennsylvania. Andrew, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. Alex, I want to get your opinion on a couple of inauspicious things that a couple people said about Donald Trump after the election. David Icke said a lot of people that support Trump are under the impression that he's not an insider, and Icke said, I seriously doubt Trump is not an insider. And a 32nd degree Freemason, whose name I'm not willing to divulge, but I did speak to, said Trump's father did have ties to the Freemasons. Not that Freemasons are bad or anything, but it kind of makes you ask some questions and raise some eyebrows about this whole thing. So any comments on that?
Sure, I appreciate your call. I'm going to race through calls now, and then I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m., and I'm going to take a lot of calls this week coming up. These are great questions. I mean, you can find Donald Trump at a race car race, you know, doing the devil sign, joking or whatever. You can see whatever. I don't know about his dad and Masons. I mean, I had a lot of great-grandparents and people that were Masons, and they were good people. I mean, have the Masons been taken over in some cases? Is George Washington right about that? Did the Illuminati try to take it over? Absolutely. But, I mean, what matters is you judge a tree by its fruits. And the globalists are really upset at him. This is real. They want us poor and controlled. And, you know, folks think that I'm using NLP or something. I've never taken any voice lessons or any speaking lessons. I took a few courses in community college and it was just worthless. So that's why I'm getting out of college, you know, 25 years ago or whatever it was, and started my own local radio show and was successful. So I have no formal training in speech or anything. I'm speaking from the heart. All that NLP and stuff, because I have looked at it since people accuse me of using it, is just basically taking normal ways people talk that's effective and then falsely packaging it. But I'm going to sit back and watch what Trump does. I don't think Trump's perfect, but Trump isn't out to create austerity. He's a different type of guy. That's why he doesn't fit into the New World Order model. Now, we'll see what he does. But they're trying to keep him from getting in office for a reason. And all over the world, there's rebellion against globalism. David Icke, because he put that on the call deal, talking about David Icke having questions. David predicted there'd be a huge uprising against globalism in 2016, 15 years ago. I don't know how he did it. And it's happening everywhere. Nigel Farage isn't perfect. David Icke's not perfect. I'm not perfect, but this is happening. So Trump is riding a wave of awakening, whether he's perfect or not. That's happening. So, again, the globalists are trying to stop him from getting in, folks, for a reason. So, no, I trust Donald Trump. He's the real deal. We'll see what happens. Let's talk to Paris in Ohio. You're on the air, Paris.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for the product, dittos, all that. I'm just calling because, like a lot of people, I think I have a lot of friends in this country that respect and are intelligent, but when they look at Donald Trump, they don't see the idea that he represents. All they see is that he's a successful businessman, and through jealousy or envy or whatever, they lump him in with the same group of international bankers, et cetera, that have been giving it to us high and hard for 50 or 60 years. And my thing is, like, how do we get through to these people to let them understand that, you know, even if you're not crazy about the man himself, the idea that he represents is a return to prosperity and a solution to all these problems that have caused all the hardships for our fellow Americans. Well,
Paris, I just took a note of your call because I'm going to take this clip, and tomorrow I'm going to shoot a special report around it and put it on the front and probably spend 10 minutes breaking this down, because what you just hit is the heart of everything. I talked about this last night in a special report I did where people go, he's rich, he must be bad. And I'm like, wealth from someone that made their money is good if they created things. If they're central banks and did it through swindling and manipulation, then it's bad. And it's the big ultra-rich that are pushing all the class envy to get rid of the middle class, their hereditary enemy. So, yeah, people are very, very jealous of a guy with a good-looking wife and a guy that's successful, and they think the fix must be in again. He must be bad, or it must be a big conspiracy. See, people go with these nebulous conspiracy theories they can't prove instead of the real conspiracies that are documented and coming out in the WikiLeaks and more. Absolutely. I mean, you got to reach out to him and explain. No, he doesn't want to cut corporate income tax because he wants more money. He understands it'll bring the money back to America because we have the highest of any major nation. Do you understand? That's why there aren't the jobs. And a lot of times they just have grown up in such a wealthy country, they're spoiled brats, and they kind of think mainstream TV's their friend. So if they spout what they heard, they must be intellectual. I appreciate your call. It's a great question. I'm going to elaborate on that in a longer video I'm going to shoot tomorrow because it's so important. Let's go ahead and talk to Joe in Florida. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex, I was in the movie theater last night, and once they dimmed the lights and got everyone's attention, they ran 2 back-to-back commercials for MSNBC showing their popular anchors with slogans like, "When the going gets tough, come to us. We are the professionals." And the best one, "We're the ones you can trust."
Yeah,
I've seen 20 movies in theaters this year. I'm a big moviegoer. First time I've ever seen anything like this. Years. I've never seen an ad like this before in a movie theater.
Yeah, that's because it's not an ad, and I actually already saw an article, and what was it, Variety, I think, a few days ago. In fact, I meant to cover that. The government is working with the big production houses. The communist Chinese are buying the major 6 as we speak in the process to put propaganda in the ads and to just redouble their domestic propaganda. That Congress passed a law 3 years ago they can engage in lying. Today they passed a law giving them hundreds of millions of dollars to do it. And so they're writing the scripts, the information, to now just brainwash you and make you watch their channel even though you won't watch it on cable and know they're liars. It's called force feeding. And so they've also announced that they're going to force feed kids in school, CNN and MSNBC, as young as 6 years old. Oh my gosh, our brainwashing didn't work. We've got to intensify it 50 times. So that's basically what's being announced. And all you do is basically let that theater chain know, I'm not coming to you anymore because you're running those. But this is an act of desperation. The mainstream media has died. This is defibrillators on it trying to get it back up.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing Rachel Maddow's face, and they're saying we're the ones you can trust, as if she's, right down the middle.
Well, I mean, look, Rachel Maddow is an abomination, and so are all these people. Mika Brzezinski admits now they were censored for being just critical mildly of Hillary, trying to support her, that she was really behind because they had the real pulse, and to stop being arrogant. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, no, this is the age. They're going to try to shut us down and force feed you. I mean, you want to live in an authoritarian, and what's crazy is they're acting like Trump's never going to get in. They're just passing the laws, doing it all, as if he's not going to come in. And the question is, will he reverse it? You're living in an action adventure. We're all living in an action adventure movie right now. I mean, this is so exciting. Let's go ahead and talk to Marcus in Texas. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Alex, and I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you.
And I'm scared to death to try to talk to you.
Well, it's okay. We only got a few minutes. Go ahead, brother.
All right. I want to say something about the reason Donald Trump is such a target is because he's telling the truth. In Egypt, Pharaoh was scared to death of the Israelites because they would rise up against him, and he had them killed. And the same thing when Jesus was born, he was the truth. And
many times God will use an imperfect vessel like Trump to do this. And there's undoubtedly, this is providence happening. I agree with you. Call me back, Marcus. I love you. I got to get a few more in it. Let's go to Chuck in Georgia. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. I was going to say, echo what Greg was saying earlier about the assassination attempt and the CIA. I take it real seriously. I've been saying for years that they're going to assassinate Trump if he gets the nomination, if he wins the presidency.
They're in hundreds of newspapers saying kill him.
Finally today I wake up and see the crosshairs on the Infowars.com, the headline of the crosshairs. And thank God you're talking about
Sir, they wouldn't have the CIA out saying he's a foreign asset unless they were getting ready to sign papers. Obama may have papers on his desk. I'm not kidding.
No, we're screaming. You got to scream it this week because this is going to be the big story.
Oh, listen, listen. Obama's engaged in so many crimes, so much illegal droning, criminal activity, opening the borders. I'm telling you, the elites are asking Obama right now to sign the paperwork to kill the 45th.
Love you, brother.
And I'll just say it. I mean, they've got people on TV that have overthrown foreign governments that run hit squads saying Trump's illegitimate, a Russian agent, we should have new elections. I'm not saying Bear himself is involved in anything like that, but I'm telling you, when they come out from under rocks like this, they're taking the gloves off. And these are the foreign globalists that run this country. That's why they're claiming some foreign power. The Russians can barely run their own country. George Soros admits he's tried to overthrow Russia 5 or 6 times the last few years. I'm out of time for Sean and Chris and Cash and others. Call me back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, and I'll be here for 4 hours. And pray for us, because I'm not complaining. I love my job. I love the success we've had. It's providence. I'm very humble about it. But I want to make it through this and be victorious, and I need those prayers. Because believe me, I'm not in Kansas anymore, and neither are you. The battle is joined. I always prayed that we could turn the tide. And, you know, God's a powerful God. You won't find him in these big mega churches. You'll find him when you get down on your knees at midnight and beg Christ for guidance to lead, guide, and direct you. I want to thank the crew for a wonderful job. Love you all.
Electrify your day with Secret 12. It's like lightning in a bottle. We all have days in which we just can't seem to perform at the level we'd like to. InfoWars Life Secret 12 is designed to naturally energize your body and mind with 2 great tasting and super high quality forms of vitamin B12. Proper vitamin and nutrient intake is essential to keep your body functioning at optimum levels. The reality is, it's hard to take in the proper amount of vitamins we need each day with our modern diets. Secret 12 by InfoWars Life is an easy way to naturally upgrade your vitamin B12 intake and support your body's natural systems. It pairs 2 forms of vitamin B12 into one explosive formula. Vitamin B12 supports healthy energy levels through red blood cell formation and aiding in the body's natural processes, but it also assists with many other functions of the body. Electrify your mind and body and take your health to the next level. Experience the power of Secret 12 at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.